camera. Hold on. Where'd my camera go? Fuck. RIP camera. This shit is fucking broken. This shit don't work. My mic is quiet. Gotta turn that shit up. There you go, around there. Oh, mic setting opens up. How fucking awesome. Or camera setting. Shit. Oh, it's just not. It's just not showing up. Okay, cool, great. That's awesome. That's so sick. I love that. That's great. You're rank 17. I'm so happy for you, dude. That's awesome. You've been good. Sure, man. Sure, yeah. Peachy. Today's stream will be will probably be short. I don't actually know how long it's gonna be. As of right now, I've been up for 17 hours. So, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Oh my shit. You guys have to let me know how the mic is, because I'm using a different mic, but I figure it should be better given the equipment I have. So, it might be worse. I don't know. Satan! Oh, I'm glad you're here, bud. Let me see if I can get my fucking camera going. Yeah, well, you can always hear me, dude. It's not quite as hell. It's mostly been a you problem. The levels are literally the exact same. I'm looking at the mic levels. Either you're like joshing me or it's a you problem. It's one of the two. Yeah, I don't know why it's not my camera. Let me like unplug it and then plug it back in. That usually helps with this shit. Like, it's an old ass camera. Old ass camera with unsupported drivers, so it's a bit fucked. It is functional, typically. It hasn't been not functional. It's usually pretty good. There we go. There it is. Okay. Yeah, hair's back today. I got the shitty ponytail going on. So yeah, I've been up for 17-ish hours. A little longer than that. I got up at like 7 p.m. yesterday because my sleep schedule is totally fucked. I cannot close this fucking menu. Holy shit. So yeah. Both of us in the hell. Yeah, well, to be fair, yeah. To be fair, you know. I'm Jewish, so I'm going to hell anyway. It is what it is. What are you gonna do, right? Can I close this fucking OBS window? Yeah, I know it's not responding. It doesn't matter. No, don't terminate. Fucking Christ. I'm like trying to close this window and it's like wow, OBS is not responding. I can't see. God damn it. How long have I been making this game? About 2 months, give or take. We kind of got you know what's great though actually is having upped the size of the chat window so that you guys could see it better. Is that now I can see it better as well, and I can just look at it and read it. So that's good. That's awesome. About two-ish months. We got set back a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean like we got set back like a month. Due to some personal issues. And I switched to C#, and that really fucked my shit. Like, I did not know how incompatible C# and GDScript were. Like that, like they basically like GDScript can interface with C# more or less, but C# cannot interface with anything written in GDScript. It is heinous to get that shit going. It's not that GDScript is ass. Is this? It's not working. I gotta restart OBS. Straight up. I gotta like apparently starting my like it's frozen. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Very bad start. I apologize. It's not entirely as. It has a purpose. It serves a purpose, and it serves it fairly decently. Okay. We should be good, more or less. I can see that my mic is going and all that. And it's switching properly, so that's good. Okay. Yeah, well, I didn't like restart my computer before starting streaming, which is what I'd like normally have to do if I want to avoid OBS doing stupid shit. So yeah, so some of the things that have changed since you guys have last seen it. I didn't do too much. I fixed a few errors that were happening, which not a huge deal. So I should just start with GDScript. Does it or does making it a game in a different language better? I mean, every language is like a tool. So if you're just starting out and you just want to make something, GDScript isn't bad. Like, it is a full-featured language. It's not terrible. It has some things about it that I'm not fond of, for sure, but like if you're not familiar with programming in general, then it's not bad. You could do worse. So anyway, we replaced the bodies with this dead meat chunk just because I like it better. And also our dudes are like actually moving to where they're supposed to be going to now. So that's sick. We love that. My computer's kind of taking a hot shit sometimes. It's gonna be a bit scuffed of a stream. Because to fix this I would have to like restart my entire ass computer, which I'm not gonna fucking do. So the beanie comes off. The beanie does come off. Yeah, we're I have a ponytail in right now, believe it or not. We're in the I wanna not have hair in my face era. A resurrection. Wow, it's become functional and shit. Yeah, I know. Like, I took some time to figure out what was going on with it. I tussled with the navigation some more, because like me and Godot's navigation are on like a constant tug of war. It's really fucking cool. It's really, I love Godot and navigation, but also you can see texture here, texture on ground, but also here's the meat chunk, right? Texture here. Now, what's important to know about said texture? Why did you switch that? Anything specific? I switched to C# because GDScript is like a walled garden. It's a language that is proprietary to Godot. So if you want to use GDScript, you're going to use it in Godot. C#, on the other hand, you can use it with Godot. You could use it with a number of different game engines that use C# and it transfers better. So it's a transferable skill to know C#. So I'm like, okay, I want to do C# then. Because, you know, like, it's better to switch now while, like, things aren't super built out than to not. But, so what's important, okay, so you see all these textures and shit. This is, I'm using a texture atlas, and it's the same kind of texture atlas that I've been talking about before, where I do it as a RGB, sorry, as a 1 byte per pixel image. So it's a 4K image, so each of the textures are 64, and I think in a 4K image I can fit like 64 by 64 in that, if I'm not mistaken. That's 4096 divided by 64. Yeah, it's 64 by 64. So I can fit, what is it, 64 by 64 gives you 496. I don't even know why I had to do the math for that. But that means I can have in one 63.99 megabyte image, right? 164 megabyte image. I can have 4,096 textures, individual textures, which should be, you know, fingers crossed, enough. And the reason why that texture, like, the resolution is okay is that, like, you saw in the game, right? Like, if we go and look at the actual, like, town level, it's extremely obvious that, like, in editor, that these do not tile. Like, these don't tile. This is very clearly, like, a repeating pattern. Like, there's like, I can't go closer in a smooth way. But, like, it's very clearly a repeating pattern. And it looks bad, but because I have the shaders going, and actually I realized looking back on the camera that the shader for the CRT does not come through on screen well at all. It looks like dog shit. So I'm gonna turn that off while I stream. It's not UI. I think it's Canvas Layer 2. Should name that better. So I'm gonna turn that off while I'm streaming, but you can see how it's not immediately obvious that it's a repeating texture. And it looks a lot better with the CRT filter. I understand nothing, but I will trust the process. Face blue smile. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. But yeah, so having textures in the game doesn't add too much, and I'm using textures that are already out there and exist so that I don't have to go and I do hand make some of them. I've already handmade, like, the this handmade both the textures used in this, the meat and the bone. I made those in Krita. That took not that much time. It's pretty simple. I recommend Krita actually for, like, making your own textures if that's how you want to do things. Krita is free. It's very feature rich. It's open source. You can support it. If you want to buy it on Steam, you'll get the updates automatically. I got it on Steam. Very solid, works natively on Linux. Krita's great. I recommend it. Krita's a good piece of software for drawing in general, but specifically if you're looking to make textures, look at Krita. If you jive with it, then it's free. So there's that. So I don't know how long today's stream is going to be, just because, again, I've now been up for 17 and a half hours, and I am only awake because I fucking drank a cola, and it's probably a little too much coffee, but it is what it is. I gotta stay up. I got something to do in like 24, a little more than 24 hours from now, so I have to, like, my sleep schedule's been fucked and I have to fix it. So that's where we are. Also, let me know if the music is, like, starting to be, like, very choppy, because if you're not aware, or you don't know, you weren't here for it, I'm playing music literally on cassette. I recorded the music onto a cassette, and I'm playing it through, which is actually how I had the music when I started the channel. When I started streaming, is I did exactly what I'm doing now. And mostly it's because I felt like it's fun, and I have 4 more empty cassettes that I happen to have found. So you can always have more shit. You can always make more. I'm sure there's other like cassettes I have that I just don't know where they are. They're blank. They're not the highest shit ever, but it's like it turns everything into lo-fi. It's all fine until hour 36. I would die at hour 36. I'm not good at staying up for like long periods. It's always like a gamble whether or not. Coffee doesn't affect me all the same way all the time. It's always once we get past a certain point, there's like I'm like tossing a coin whether or not the caffeine, the coffee, the whatever caffeine source I choose to partake in is either gonna keep me awake or it's gonna make me tired. It's gonna do one of the two, and it's a coin flip every time. I never know. So we got lucky today. And it is keeping me awake. So we're gonna use that to our advantage. So first things first, we have, if you were here last time, we made a perceptible object, right, that we can slap on the shit. So we have to do that with this as well. Is this GD? Oh, it's yes. Oh, fantastic. I did happen to rewrite this. So what we get to do is we get to do a public perceptible component, and it should auto complete, but at the same time, yeah, there it goes. Okay. We gotta make one, and then we gotta add it. And I'm genuinely loath to do readies if I don't have to, but you know, it is what it is. The Hell's Gate compels me, so I have to ask you this before letting you in. I am new on the job. Can you tell me something about yourselves? Well, I mean, I did say that I was Jewish. I got that's something. My first big video, I got labeled as racist. I don't know if does that let me in? Am I allowed in for that? I got called racist immediately. First big video, they're like, "You're racist," and I was like, "Cool." that happened quick, so that's awesome. So I assume I get to be in for that. And if you want me to elaborate on that, I can. I think it's funny. I continuously find that to be funny. I'll never not find that shit funny because it's pretty fucking ridiculous. Anyway, so perceptible component I fucked that up. No wait, I didn't. Shit. This is what I get for like being tired. Equals new perceptible component. And I should just be able to do that. Did I give it a constructor? Oh no, I just did it like that because it's new. Sure. Add child. So it's so fun. Okay. Apparently I was born a racist. Not sure how that works. It is what it is. How's it going, bro? What's up, Clippy? How you doing? It's going. It's not bad. You know, I'm really tired, just so we're aware. I'm like awake. Sorry. It's not that I'm tired. I've been awake for a long time, and I'm awake because of caffeine. So I don't feel tired. But I'm gonna crash at some point. And we'll see. So I don't know how long this is gonna be. So what we're trying to do. So this stream is probably gonna be fairly short. Because what we're trying to do is real simple shit. All I want to do this stream is have the NPCs be able to perceive a body, and if they perceive a body, to send themselves a message that is to change their state to something. That's it. That's all we're doing. We're doing something very simple today just because I'm kind of like incredibly brain dead. But it also like kind of needs to get done, but I also need to do some more editing on a different video that I hopefully will release later today. We'll see. So it's a simple stream today. Nothing too crazy. All right, so we add a perceptible component onto our dude. The thing that we need to do with the perceptible component is we need to give it flags. We need to be able to set flags. We need an enum, and we need to set a flag, like flags. The enum will be of certain, like, what kind of item it is, like what kind of thing. I got unemployment blues. I feel that, dude. I feel that. Why Pokemonsters on screen? If you're on Twitch, you can play that. That is the Twitch chat iPad. I would let YouTube play it too, except that like the way YouTube's API works to get the messages from the chat is like actually kind of horrific. But yeah, it's I think it's & enter for the start button. Yeah, saying, well, because I know that like this shit can get boring, so like there you go, like Twitch chat's playing it. So I think they're still on Route 102, if I'm not mistaken, after 25 hours. Not a whole lot of progress has been made on the Pokemon front, but it's there if you want to play it. And if you want to go on to the Twitch, there's a link in the description if you want to play it. So yeah. Mini games. Sick. Ugh. Okay, so we gotta add an enum, and the enum is for like if it's an NPC, if it's an item, if it's a guard, that kind of thing. Something that like you're only ever going to be one of at any given time, whereas a flag is gonna be something that's like, that is like the perception type. You know, like, is it something that they smell? Is it something they hear? Is it a visible thing? That kind of stuff. And that changes how the code will run the perception. Oh, I guess I wasn't clever enough, so I'll talk straight this time. I'm new here. In fact, this is my first video of yours. I don't know anything about you. Hence, I asked. That's fair. So I'm making a game that is not really like inspired by Yandere Simulator, but I pretty much promote it like it is. It's like very tangentially related, but I'll market it like it's totally a Yandere Sim clone, guys. Just don't. If you squint your eyes hard enough, it's like, oh yeah, I could, yeah, sure. It's not dissimilar. And it started off as like a clone, but then it just like slowly morphed into something that I actually gave a shit about. You know, morphed to my own interests. Is Godot good at 3D stuff, or is it 2D specialized engine? It does both. I do 3D. It can do all that. You're alive. This is true. Oh, did it not do the thing? I'll have it open. It should have flown past. I didn't see it though. Sorry, Twitch chat. If you're subbed on Twitch, they get Nico chat, so like they can make text fly across the screen, which is what I'm talking about. I didn't see it though, which is why I was like, huh. I'll restart the Nico chat because I have it running, but like maybe it's just not playing nice. I'll restart it. Give me a second. Nico chat, Twitch overlay. Alright. I've restarted Nico. So if you want to throw down a message. It hates me. Well, I mean, yeah, so Godot does both 2D and 3D. I've heard in the past that Godot was bad at 3D, but having used Godot for a while and pretty much exclusively for 3D, I can say that it's not bad. I don't have a huge point of comparison, but I would say that it does 3D as well as any other. There it goes. All right, so that's Nico Nico chat. That's what I was talking about. So Twitch if you're subbed on Twitch, you get like perks and shit. Anyway, so perceptible component. It is hot as fuck in my room right now. I just noticed. I love when that happens, where like you don't actually like you don't realize until you're like, oh wow, it's hot. It's hot in here. Damn. Where's Godot? There's Godot. There. Okay. So that's about the game, which seems cool. Anything about you, like what you used to do before your studies? I'm a college grad. I have a degree in biochemistry. Not that it's been helpful. The job market has totally fucked my ass. I don't know. Before streaming, I was working 12-hour night shifts at a granola factory. There's that, I guess. I lost that job because I developed an allergy to one of the products, so I had to, I had to leave. Who take more from sub, Twitch or YouTube, or is it forbidden knowledge? Twitch takes half, I think. But like, there's no sub on YouTube. There's membership stuff, but like you can be like a YouTube member, but I haven't set that up because I don't have anything to offer. Like, I can't really like I don't know. I'm not like if I had enough money to pay an editor to like edit my videos, like my output would be more, but like having to do everything myself, I just don't have enough ability to make like specialized members only videos. I just don't have the ability to do that. Like I don't have enough time. It's not gonna happen. Blotches, you should see if Umbrella. I have an interview with one of my old jobs tomorrow, which is why I have to be up, which is why I'm like awake anyway. Oops. So this we can set as flag. So enum perception type. I'm pretty sure I don't know if we have a semicolon there. I believe we do. What do you think about Kojima? I guess his impact on Metal Gear Solid wasn't that secret sauce that's Death Stranding disappointed me. I've never played. You can make Godot tutorials for members. Tutorials are hard, man. Tutorials are a lot. They are. Like, they're like, I don't have... Like, a lot of my channel, if you go back... Oh, since you are new, if you go on my channel and you go to the live streams, you'll see, like, a wall of lives, and that's because I've streamed the entire, like, making of the game, so you can watch me go through it all. I don't know. Kojima's just kind of famous in the industry in general. I haven't played any of his games, though, is the thing. I haven't played Metal Gear. I haven't played Death Stranding. I'm gonna be real, I'm not much of a gamer. The games I play are not... They're like I like games that you can hop in and play for like 30 minutes and then stop. That's how I like my games. Is like, so I like roguelikes, bullet hells, stuff like that, where you like arcade style games are the ones I enjoy, just because it's something I can, hop in, play it for a bit. League of Legends technically falls into that category as well. Pop in, play for an hour, wanna die. You can always tell if I've been playing League of Legends though, because routinely, if I've been playing League of Legends, I will have more creative insults to call people stupid. Because every time I play League of Legends, I feel like I'm playing with like mouth breathers. And I can't call them stupid because that just doesn't, that it doesn't really illustrate just how stupid I believe them to be. So I usually have to, I think, last time I was like really into League was like a year or two ago in college. And I think the last thing I settled on was Lead Munchers, Silk Song. I've played it. I'm not big on Metroidvanias though. Is Mechatronics grad? I'm a what the? I've never even heard of Mechatronics. I won't lie. The brave new world is full of educated unemployment life like us apparently. I'm gonna be so fucking real, dude. Here's the thing. This shit has been so ass for me. If like my situation genuinely does not improve in like a month, like 2 weeks to a month, I'm gonna sign up for the Navy. Like that's where I'm at. Like I have debt I can't pay. Like I have school loans I literally cannot pay. Like I will just join the Navy. Like they'll pay off my debt. I'll get skills. I'll try and go for a non-combat role. Be a support. Be a mechanic. Do something in the Navy. Like that's literally where I'm at. It's more like broad robotics. That's fucking sick. I'm gonna be real. Mechatronics sounds radical as fuck. Like if I could be like, oh, yeah, I'm a Mechatronics, that would be sick. So that's sick as hell, dude. I'm gonna be real. I was interested in robotics. I just went for biochem because I enjoyed chemistry. Originally, I was a forensic science major, but then I switched over to biochem. Please watch the ad. I make fuck all money from YouTube on streaming, straight up. Like I had a 12-hour stream. And I think on the if you go back a few streams, there was one that was like 11.5 hours. The amount of money I made from ads on that stream was 50 cents. Games I played the longest are things like Stellaris and Dwarf. To be fair, Dwarf Fortress counts as like something you can play for like 30 minutes. I own that game. It's good. It's hard to get into though. The onboarding process for Dwarf Fortress is pretty steep. Anyway, this will be stuff for like visible, auditory, olfactory, I think is olfactory's smell, right? I think that's how it is. Olfactory is smell. Sense of smell, yeah. Cool. I remember when I was 19, I got a cell from the army and they asked me some stuff and said, sorry, you have too many issues. That's fair. Well, and that's like why the Navy as well is because I don't think I'm like it's not that I don't think that the army would want me is the thing, but as a support role, mechanic or whatever the fuck for the Navy, I think it would be fine. But we'll see. That's where I'm at though. Isn't it olfactory? Is it olfactory? Oh, yeah, it is. You're right. Oh well. Olfactory. Olfactory. Yep. Navy is neat, but I wish you well for the game too. Yeah, I mean, same. If I could make this work, I would want to obviously just do this. But I mean, we live in the real world. I got bills to pay and shit to do. You know what I mean? If I end up going down the Navy route, I'm going to just open source all my code. Everything that I own, the code I've written and all that, I'm just gonna open source it. Just put it out there. And then, because if I'm in the Navy, I'm not gonna be able to work on it. It's unfortunately that's the reality of things. So I would just like open source it and then let anyone who wants to like keep working on it, they can have at it. Um, and then I will come back to it when I can. You know what I mean? So there's auditory, visible. I get like you're not gonna taste anything, and you're not gonna touch. These are like yeah. So, enum. This would be like the object type. So this would be like guard and fuck. I hate how it does this. NPC. I don't get why. Like I press enter and it like has a fucking spaz attack. NPC body. And you know what? I need to do export. Actually, I'm not gonna do export on this. Because this is something I would set up. How would I do that in code? I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. For right now, it honestly doesn't matter. But yeah, so we do that. And then when we go to which I think is currently the Dead Hat Man or whatever, what the fuck did I call it? He returned from the Navy and have a nuclear core powered PC. I'll just be like, you know, more pirate software, having been on a boat. You know what I mean? I feel like, I was on a boat. Yeah. I fought the Somalis. It was epic. It was so fucking cool. Um, where the fuck? Sorry. Not sleeping really does shit to you. What do I call it? What do I call it? Interactable corpse. Yeah, honestly, I need to change this to just be corpse. Because right now it's Dead Hat Man. Because that's what it was originally, but I was gonna do ragdoll corpses for everybody, but I like how this looks more, and this fits with the theme of the game more. So I'm going down that route. Hopefully, though, with the new job, if I do get it, and I should get it because I got it last time. It's not a hard job. I was liked at my work, so I did the job well. It wasn't exactly a hard job to do. But I was liked to get along with everybody, so like, it was like it's merchandising. So like I would bike 2 hours in like the dead of night to get to a store at like 5 a.m. and then do work and put shit on shelves and stuff. So like not exactly the most difficult thing. Pretty chill. I would just like listen to fucking YouTube the whole time. And like I think like the pay wasn't great, the hours weren't great, but it did pay me more money than I would have now. So better than nothing. If it with that and this, if it compounds well enough, that'd be sick. If it doesn't, you know, maybe. But, you know, we'll see. Corpse. Rename it Corpse. I don't know. I fuck with this heavy. I'm a fan of. I like the thing that I made. I think the thing I made is pretty sick. But if we go back to this thing, right? Why don't you ask people if they would like to join your venture in gaming? Or have you already, or did you learn to code since you started with biochem? Hate math. You mean like asking if people want to like work on this with me? It's more of a passion project, really. I just like making shit. I started making games back in 4th grade, technically on a cracked version of Game Maker Studio 1. So, like I started learning to code proper in like middle school, but like it was like always like a passion project type of thing, so on and off. So I'm not like educated in it. I don't know a whole lot about everything. Like I know more than people who are like just starting, obviously, but there are plenty of things. Like I think I fall in the category of like intermediate rather than like pure beginner. But no, Biochem has math. Biochem has a lot of math. We had to take up the Calc 2. Calc 2 was my favorite. Integral calculus. That shit. I like integral calculus personally. Calculus is probably like the easiest math I've ever taken in my life. Straight up. Calculus is like the easiest one. Getting money is more profitable than not making money. Yeah, pretty much. That is accurate. So object type, I believe, sorry, it's actually not. Object type equals, body. No, wait, sorry. Whoops. Object type equals body. It's not contain a definition for, yeah, well, of course it would. Acceptable. Is it not public? Oh, it's not public. Public. Oh, it's lowercase o. Oh, no. Object type dot body. What? Oh yeah. I need to make object type. Public reception type. And then I can set these up to be the things. Okay. Yeah. Alright, object type equals perceptible component dot object type. Nope. Dot body. Why are you mad? Okay, sure. Alright. Cool, I guess. Nice. And we should be able to do something similar with like, okay, well. Perceptible component dot reception type dot wait, what? No, it's visible. This won't matter for now, but this will. Um, the perceptible type, like visible versus olfactory, will matter because if you're visible, then you have to be looking at it to see it. So once it enters the nearby objects and gets registered as a nearby object, if you can smell it, then you'll be able to be like, it's kind of in that direction. You'll get like a general like area of like where it is, and they can turn and look at it, and then they can like see it. Or maybe they can just smell it and it's invisible, like it's a fucking gas, and then they, you know. I don't know if that'll like matter that much, but it's a thing. I just realized that the music may be a little loud, so I'll turn that down. But like I assume that'll matter for more like if I have some kind of like gas weapon of some sort where they can smell it, so then they like avoid that area. They're like, oh, gross. But yeah, so for now, we'll deal with that later. But we want to just be like, oh, if the thing is of type body, then we should do something about that. So I think the nearby object should probably have its own version of this. Yeah. That way I can set it to be like, so I'll just literally straight up copy this, just because it will need all of that as well. And that way I can like set it up to be the perception type on this one to be the same. Still passion project or not, people could still join you. I'm not saying like hire people, maybe someone like likes the concept of the game, the ideas get shared around, and friends you make by it help. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I've had friendships strained over specifically like working on like assets for like games, so I'm not super into the idea personally. I'd rather just like, as much as I could just make it myself, that's kind of what I want to do, because I enjoy making the thing. Like it is like mostly a passion project of I like to make shit, so I am making shit. So it's, you know, like, I don't know, I don't really have a good enough reason to, there are some stuff that like I don't have the skill to make stuff. So I have like one person that is, I have make textures every once in a while when I need a texture to be made. And I have another person that is willing to do models when like a model is simply outside my realm of capability, because I'm not the best modeler, but like they can do a really good job, so they can do it more or less. Like they can do a better job than I can. So if it's something that like I try and do and I'm like, this sucks, I will go to them and they will help out. But of course it's like on their own time, and they're not being paid. So like there's a level of like it will take longer. Like if I could do it myself, I could just make it happen. So I don't like, in general, I'm wary to accept help from outside, and when I do, it is as limited as I can make it. Just because that's what I feel comfortable with. Now, is that the best? Probably not. But in like the realm of showing how like you can make a game by yourself pretty much on your own, and how someone who is not the best at coding or 3D modeling or whatever can make a good idea or come up with like ideas that work and accept outside help. In terms like the best outside help I think I get is when people suggest stuff code wise, because there's lots of people that like as many people are like you suck. There are plenty of people that are like, oh, okay, like you should do this or you could do this better or this and that. You might want to consider doing it like this, which is very, very helpful. And I'll always accept help in that regard of like purely just like advice of how I should go about the code. That's always dope. I love that shit. All right, so when this would be on the love interest, we get a on object entered. We need to set up the, can delete these because we know these work. Nearby object dot perception. Does it not have the? We need the capital P. Equals. And the body will be okay, so we need to get the so perceptible component percept. This is like the temper that we want to get the perceptible component of whatever. So what's happening here is that when a 3D object with a physics body crosses the threshold of our fucking circle of perception, we get notified about the physics body that gets and that does that. So the root node of every NPC is a physics body. The root node of every other thing is a physics, but it's not just physics bodies. Actually, it's just any node 3D will get will get checked. That includes like the grid map, like the floor or what have you, right? So what we need to do is get the children of the perceptible component. Key component p comp equals body dot get children dot of type perceptible component dot first or default, and this will get the first node of perceptible component. Oh, we literally already did that. We have that in temp. I'm fucking smart. I'm really fucking cool. Temp dot perception type. We can just copy that. I see. I appreciate the hard work, especially if you enjoy the process of it. Yeah, I like the process of creating things. I like the creating of things. That's why I do it. I'm the best way I can describe my feeling towards creation is that I am compelled to create, and it doesn't care what I create. Like the worm in my brain that compels me to do so is not picky about what it is I'm creating, just that I am creating. I was just curious to know how you are going by making this. Yeah, I'm just doing it. You can watch the entire process. This game has evolved twice already. It started off as a 2.5D top-down, essentially shitpost, where I was just like, it'd be funny if I had a Yandere Simulator, but like you were a square and you were in love with a 3D dodecahedron. That would be funny, haha. And now it evolved into stalker monster dating simulator with a mix of a bit of Hitman in there. Object reference required for non-static. Oh yeah, it's because I need it. Yeah. Whoops. Can I implicitly convert perception type to I guess we'll cast it. And then it should be fine. Because they are the exact same. So with this, every body that enters the threshold that like has a perceptible component attached to it will create a nearby object that gets added to a list. It'll reference the body that spawned that is referenced to the nearby object. So we're not storing the thing, we're storing a new thing. It'll copy over whatever the perception type is, and realistically we should do the same thing with not just the perception type but of the object type as well. Like, more importantly, we should probably do it with the object type. And that's like just as easy. So now the whatever like visible, smell, auditory gets copied over, and whatever the object type is, body, guard, NPC, item, whatever, what have you, whatever it happens to be, also gets copied over. And the reason we want to do this is because when it crosses over, we need to be like, hey, if you like get like whatever you're doing, if it is of this type, send yourself a message to like, a body has been seen. Great, I'll take my leave. Wish I could stay, but it's bedtime in my time zone. I'll definitely check on the other VODs. Best of luck to you. Good night. Night, dude. Sleep well, Satan. Yeah, okay. So what we gotta do, if nearby object dot object type equals nearby object dot object type dot body. I need to parentheses this shit. So if it is of that type, what we want to do is courier dot, what we want to do is message router dot instance dot send, no, not send message dot send, yeah, okay. We want to send the message of courier dot get ID courier dot get get ID again, courier, and then message type dot body found. So if the thing is a body, we get the message that we found a body. Yay! How we can test this is we go to the interlocutor normal state, and we have a case for case message type dot body found, return true. For now, we can just print that a body is found. If this works, stream is over. That's like as simple as like I can like. That is all I wanted to do today. I know it's not a whole lot, but we'll work on. There's more shit to do tomorrow, such as what I want to do tomorrow for how I want bodies, like finding a body to work. Is that I need to implement guards again, and then what will happen is that every time an NPC sees a guard, it'll store where the last guard it saw was, and then when it sees a body, it will go to that location, and if there is no guard, and it'll like, you know, start searching around that area for a guard, and if it finds one, then I don't know what happens after that. But so what happens is that a body will be found, and then it'll tell everyone around it, all the different NPCs that are in its nearby objects, right? It'll be like, I found a body, and then each one of those guys will get the body found message. They'll do the same thing, and then go to the place where the last guard they saw was. So if there's a bunch of people grouped together, that information of, oh, there's a body spreads, and then like anxiety increases, and then more guards are on patrol and all that shit. So that remains part of the game. That still is a thing. That's how I imagine this plays out. So being tired and like kind of just brain dead, and I'm like very clearly making mistakes, I can tell you for a fact, I do not have the wherewithal to make that happen today in a way that doesn't fuck me over later. Because anything I do today, my memory will be very, very fuzzy on, and I won't exactly recall how I did things, and I'm very liable to do things in a really stupid ass way. So this being simple, I can still do this bit right now perfectly fine. It's very, well, all we did was add an enum, add flags, copy it over, have a message type of body found. If this works, we're done. If it not works, we're gonna have a bad time. But that's where we're at right now. Right, and I do apologize. I know it's a very short stream, but it is what it is. I'm working within my limit right now. I'm not straight. I'm not like I would. Trust me, I want to do more, but it's worse for me in the long run to do more complicated shit now than to stick to something simple. Because I know what I want to do. I don't think I'll be able to do it, is the problem. It's a little too much. But yeah, I'll probably stream a bit earlier tomorrow just because I have that interview. I gotta piss. Well, alright, we'll see. gd.print body found, and then we need to get, it would be courier.getParent. I would love, or love interest equals new. You're not gonna almost say, okay, we do pass in the love interest. I was like, great, awesome. So for each, I always forget how for eaches work, and I can't be fucked. Int I equals 0. I is less than love interest dot nearby objects dot count plus I know that like the C style for loop, very much in my head, very much good with that one. That one I know. The for each one not cemented in my head well enough to do it all. I have to be awake for 18.5 hours. Unfortunately. Okay, so this goes through every nearby object. If nearby objects dot, or not dot, but nearby objects nearby objects is a list, right? Oh, this is interlocuting. I need love interest. Nearby objects, yes. Okay. Dot. Actually, it's like we need element at, I think. Which I believe I used local manifest.values.element at. Yeah. So dot values dot element at. Are you upset? Not exist. Oh yeah. Love interest dot. My bad. Dot element at I. Dot. So that contains the value. Let's see, that is U-long nearby object. So, okay, so that good, because that's the value, key value, right? Says at nearby object dot object type equal to percept. I love AI viewers. Thank you so much. It's so cool, thanks. Gotta go over to Twitch now. Appreciate it. Perceptible component dot object type dot. Wait, no, we want to see. Yeah, they're NPC. Not be applied to operation nearby object to object perceptible component. Oops, not perceptible type. Object type dot NPC. Or object type. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Yo, what the fuck is up today? Very short stream. If this works, then yeah. So this gets us the nearby object that is very short stream. So we're just trying to, what we're doing right now is we're allowing our NPCs to see bodies, and if they see a body, we're gonna, what we're trying to do is we're gonna loop through the nearby objects, which includes NPCs, interactables, items, guards, whatever is in the nearby objects thing, which doesn't, doesn't mean object in the general sense, but just nearby things that you can interact with. And we're just trying to loop through those, and for every object that is of type NPC, we are then trying to get their courier to then send them a message of body found. So that it spreads, that the body found propagates to all the people nearby, and then they propagate it, and so forth and so on. So that it has a bit of a spreading effect of, you can imagine it, if it makes sense to you, you can imagine it as like, we're now giving the NPCs the ability to shout out loud for anyone nearby to hear that, yo, there's a dead guy there. And then they go, holy shit, there's a dead guy there. And then anyone else who hears them goes, whoa, there's a dead guy there. And they're like across the town. That's what we're doing. It's a short stream. I've been out for like 18.5 hours. So I'm working at like the bare edges of what I can comprehend right now. Tomorrow we'll be doing way cooler shit. Make sure it disables if they I don't understand. Oh, I made the model for the dead body now. Corpses look like this. They all look like this now. And I got started working on I don't know why I repeat I don't know either. I have no idea. I got started on the texture atlas, which should be one image that we can store pretty much everything in at very low VRAM cost, which is good. I got it to work. There's, again, like always, there's no actual color in the textures that make this thing up. Once again, it is in fact a black and white image, which you can't really see. It always shows as red because it only uses the red channel. I can actually show you what it looks like with the shader, because there's the enable not PS1, was the palette, right? Palette, right? Yeah. So I have the palette here, made by yours truly, Egg, made by Egg. So if you disable that, all the colors in it are red. It's just luminosity values that you're looking at. It's all red. But then you will actually, like, again, put the shader on that applies to palette, and bada bing, bada boom, there you go. The colors are correct. But that is what the actual texture, that is what the actual raw image looks like. So we do have it working with that as well, which is pretty sick. Hello, Kryn. How you doing? It's a shorter stream. It's because I've been up for a very long time. I got a job interview tomorrow. Yay. Not for a cool job. It's a job I had in the past, but it's better than nothing. Better than not having any job. And it should still allow me to do streaming as well. So, yeah. I mean, I'm still, the Navy is still calling my name though. I'll be very real. Good luck on that. Thanks, dude. It's not a bad job. I was good at it. It was not hard. It's merchandising. So like the hardest thing about the merchandising gig was getting there, because I had to bike for like 2 hours at 3 a.m. to get there on time, which isn't like bad. Obviously, I worked at this job for like a month and a half ish, give or take, before I worked at the factory. So it's not like, for me, that's not bad. That's doable. I've done it before. Biking 2 hours to do that. Again, motorbike or bike, pedal bike. Like I'm pedaling. I wish it was a motorbike. Trust. Motorbike, it wouldn't be 2 hours. Motorbike would be like 20 minutes. But I bike slowly because I'm biking I'm biking for distance, so I'm not trying to be like, I'm gonna get there in an hour. I'm like, I'll get there in 2 hours. Fuck it. Whatever. It's decent exercise, I guess. But it's shit I did before. But I did at one point make myself hypoglycemic because of it, which wasn't exactly ideal, but you know, I packed peanut butter sandwiches after that. Right, what was it doing? All right, so we're looping over all the nearby objects and we're seeing if they are of type um, NPC. If they are, realistically, they should all have a courier on them. We don't know that, but they should. But I guess we could check. So temp. So courier temp equals nearby equals love interest dot nearby objects dot values dot element at I dot get. This feels so cursed. Get children dot fucking of type courier dot first or default. That was one cursed ass line. If temp does not equal null, temp dot get courier. Oh, temp is courier. Temp dot so message. We need to send the message to that guy. Message router dot send message temp dot get ID. That's who we're sending it to. So our courier is courier. So courier dot get ID temp dot get ID, and then message type is body found. Did you get an electro bike or scooter? If I had the money, if I had the funds, I would. Because you can get it so that it's below a certain limit or whatever, and then it's like street legal and it's fine. I know. If I had the money, I would. So, yeah, I mean, this line feels particularly heinous. Well, we can test it. If this works, the stream is done. if this works, the stream is over. Oh, by the way, new dead body. Look at that! Wow, I made this morning. Textures and everything. Very, very crazy hard model to make. I know. Should be very impressed. I made a blob with pointy bits. All right. Also, yeah, I'm working on the texture atlas, so we're getting new textures. All right, there's our. Alright, so at some point we should see if they see it, it should print. I really need to get rid of this. That was good. This is from I was making the navigation agent work proper. I did get it to work, but that was like a testing bit. Native. Oh, that shit again. Mini-map manager. Oh, you know what? You know what? I don't think I added the by NPCs. Yes, essentially that's what I'm doing right now. Is so that they can see it and then propagate to whoever is nearby that there's a body, and then they'll propagate it to whoever's nearby them. And you know, you can think about it like it's a dude seeing a body and be like, "Yo, there's a body." Then everyone who's like can hear them, you know, within earshot is like, "Oh, there's a body! Holy shit!" That's what we're doing. But I think for love interest, I never set did I have? I mean, they should. Where do I give them the perceptible component? Yeah. Object type. Equals object type dot NPC W. And then their normal state. They should say body found. And this is where I have this shit. Did you spawn the meat? Yeah, I spawned the meat. Die, you foul creature. Yeah, meat's here. Help me. Eee. I don't know, it doesn't look like they're really reacting to the meat. So what is the condition of seen meat? To seen meat, it's just so you know how it's fuck. So I've been up for 18.5 hours. It's a nearby it's the same as like it's an object, right? So when the object enters its thing, the meat has its own perceptible component to it, right? And we set it to be of type body. And when the interlocutor, which is in their love interest, when the NPC has a object enter its doodad, a radius from object, a raycast cone. No, it's an area 3D. I can actually show it to you. Hold on. Give me a second. If I go to debug, it's literally like a cylinder. Yeah, they got this this big old cylinder around them, which kind of hard to see, but oh my god, stop! You can see the cylinder here around them. It's fairly large. So, like, we're inside the cylinder. So what happens is that when an object enters the cylinder, and it's a regular sized cylinder, it's an average sized cylinder, mind you. What is supposed to happen, and we know that perceptible component, like this check works because this is how they detected the other NPCs, right? So we know that that works. Yeah. But what is the NPCs in the air? Any nearby object gets added to a list. So it gets added to a dictionary. So each object gets added with its unique identifier and a newly created nearby object. So all the objects that are near it get added to a dictionary, so we can search by all that. It's an above average 6-inch long cylinder that is jammed into a mini M&M's tube. A banana, yes, of microwave mush banana. Don't worry about it. It's an average sized, above average sized cylinder. Yeah. I guess we could see if it's like, it should be sending a message to itself, but I guess, I don't know. We can see if we're even getting there. Bonga bonga. And is trigger constant or sequential and repeating? It's a one time. So the way that the signal works is that it's on enter. So the moment something enters the radius, it triggers the addition of the nearby object to its list of objects, and then when it leaves the cylinder, it triggers that signal for like on body exited to then remove it from the list of things. So that way it adds and removes dynamically and only keeps around what's actually nearby. Alright, do we get Unga? We do not. We do not see Unga Bunga. Very sad. So how frequently you check if the list gets modified? As from what I see, you do not trigger the event properly. No, we trigger the event properly. We tested it, yes. Egg. No, the event gets triggered properly. We tested it yesterday. Things get added and removed fine. We did that already. You can watch the last stream. It's not that long. We got and you can go to the end. All the NPCs that enter the area get added to it and then get removed. I just removed the uh prints that were printing that out. I guess I could show you by just like printing the gd gd dot print uh check the list. I don't what? No. Like we are very much adding and removing um the stuff. Like that is getting triggered properly. Um these are a bunch of I didn't label them as adding or removing, but yeah. They be triggering and shit the moment they cross over the border. So it's yeah, the list is like that part's fine. Um the check apparently is not okay. So how you send the message was this part that's not like we would see Unga Bunga if it was going. So the check is failing. So I want to print the type. GD dot print nearby object dot object type. So pretty much what we expected. When it sees nothing, that's us. I didn't guard. We might be a guard, I guess. I don't know. Oh, that's when it's being removed. I guess default we're guard. Which, sure. I'm not seeing body anywhere at all, actually. Guard, 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 guard. Did we somehow fucking set the body, the corpse, to be guard somehow? No, we definitely set it to be body. Did I somehow... Acceptable component dot object type dot NPC. And how did I do it? That's so weird. Is that it? I did that by when I shouldn't have. Guess it's totally possible, maybe. Make a getter and setter. I don't know. I don't know. Die, die, die. Nice. Alright. Guard. Guard. Well, that might be us. You should use getters and setters for testing in mind. I think I'm literally just too tired to actually make this functional. I think I'm a little just too cooked. I think being awake for 19 hours has like rendered me somewhat useless. I don't know how much progress we will make today. You know what we should be able to do though is check to see what it is. In the thing. I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but that's an issue. That's a completely separate issue to what we got going on. Also, you should make parameters of object private, not public. Probably. World, town, corpse, perceptible component. I guess I'll make it an export. try it again, just so I can see what type it is. And I might be able to, I should be able to change it in that case, just to see if like, you know, that in fact is, you know, the code works at least. It is of type body. It's visible. So that's being set fine. The if is wrong. The parameter is of type? What do you mean? We have the nearby object that we make. We set it the object type to be the object type of the perceptible component. You're checking objects, not of type. No, I'm checking the object type. What are you talking about? We get the perceptible component. We get whatever if it's of the whatever sense it's affecting. We get the object type. We set it to be equal to the object type of whatever the fucking perceptible component of the nearby object is, or not the nearby. Yeah. Object is equal object, both of the same type. What? Object A is equal object B, both of the same type. Object type, no. Not object type of A is equal to object type of B. No, this is, no. This is, so we make an instance of a nearby object, okay? We have the incoming body 3D. We have its perceptible component. We set the perception, we set the object type of the nearby object to be that of the object type of the perceptible component of whatever is entering our area. Do you have type of function? Why would I need it though? Like why, like I don't, why would this not work? Like this should still, like this should work though. Like regardless of whether I do a get of type, like this, like there shouldn't be an issue with this. Like this is checking the enum. This is saying, is the object type equal to this enum value? Like here's a class, here's a enum on the class, here's the enum value. Is the object type of the nearby object equal to this enum value? Like I don't see anything wrong with this. Equals equals equals, what? There's only two equal signs. I don't know. I think I'm too fucking, like, epping up for too long. I don't think I'm gonna make any headway with this anymore. I think I'm cooked. One moment. Alright. Never heard of a type of operator. I don't know how I would use that. Yeah, I don't know how to use. I don't see how that would change anything. Like fundamentally speaking, the nearby object has a type. We print it. For whatever reason, it's just not. Like either I like this. We print the type. Like if we print, like if I do NPC here, we're gonna see a shit ton of it. Like we're gonna see like body found or whatever, and we're gonna start printing whatever. Like Unga bunga, body found, right? The like the if statement is fine. So it's something before that. It leads me to think that it's not getting the perceptible component for whatever reason. Which I get would make sense if if the body, well, this is the body. Is it not, but it should get the 3D, not like the rigid, but it's on body entered. So I think it might only be getting, so what I think is happening is that the body is here and the perceptible node is getting added as a sibling, not as, so we need to make this the root node as opposed to it being here. So if we change type to rigid body, and just fucking delete this, I guess. Where the fuck is... Oh, what? Fuck? Oh, here. Sorry, instantiate. Editable children, meat pile, surface material override. Shader material. Go here. Mega epic super cool shader. Parameters, egg. And now it's being fucking pissy. That's so cool. I love that for it. Whatever, I don't care right now. And mesh, trait collision mesh, single convex, very epic. Please, rigid body, sure, whatever. What are you mad about? Scale, shut up. And this now inherits from a rigid body 3D. And it'll be white as snow. Yeah. Oh, well. What? Thanks for undoing all the things I just did. That's fucking sick. Thanks. Change type, rigid body. Scale, yeah. Booey. Alright, so if I Bunga bunga body found. Yay, we did it. Yeah. They can see bodies now. Wahoo. And then they go, oh, body found. And we should see anybody that like sees it should like body found. Yeah. What I want to see actually, before it's just to make sure that it's, so we're printing body found Where exactly? If it's here, then that's unfortunate. GD.print. Thank you for entertaining my child who's watching you while I was in the bathroom. His little mouse brain is now 3 times as large. So the if got reverted to NPC. Okay, there's the body. Yeah. The issue is that the signal that we use detects physics bodies, and we're getting the physics body. So if the physics body isn't the root node, then when we do get perceptible component, we're getting the children of the physics body regardless of what the root node is. So it's just easiest if we make the root node the physics body, which is correct. So it's what we should do anyway. The question is it sending the message to everybody around? He had a parameter too high up in the hierarchy. Yes. Because it wasn't a child, the perceptible component was a sibling, not a child. So they, like, you can see, like, body. Oh. Hello? I want to drag the body, please. What? Alright, well, I mean, we're seeing a lot of body, but we're not seeing a lot of sending body to, and body. But we're not seeing sending body to, thing, so... Well, after you get the message of body found, what is supposed to happen is that for it's supposed to loop through all the nearby objects and then see if their type is of NPC. I don't even know why. I don't even know why the fuck I do that. That's stupid. Nearby object. We can assume that if it's of... I feel like we should be able to assume that it's of. Like it's a love. Well, maybe it's not a love interest. Maybe it's a guard. Then a guard has its own type. Hmm. I don't know why it's not letting me drag it now. I was literally dragging this shit around this morning. What love interest, what courier? Love interest is NPC. It's the dudes walking around. Courier is, I don't know what to call it. It's literally the thing that instantiates a state machine and adds itself to the list of recipients in the message router with its ID, so we can get the ID of the courier and then send a message to the state machine through it, which is why I called it the courier, because it handles messages, because I don't know what else to call it, so I just called it a courier since its purpose is to state machine and message. And love interest specifically is um, the NPC that this state belongs to. So when we say love interest nearby objects, we're getting the nearby objects of the person who has received this message. Um, and we're getting the element at, and the element at I is the nearby object in the dictionary, which is ID, and then a reference to the object, which is the physics body that crossed the barrier, which is in this case the NPC. And the NPC, the physics body is the root node of the NPC. The root node is a character body 3D. So if we get children of that, of courier, we should get something. So I'm kind of confused as to why we're not. So the recipient instead of love interest. This would be the recipient, right? So the way we send a message is that we do message router.send message, and then we get our ID, and then we get who the message we're sending it to, and then the message, right? Which is an enum. So that way we know who is sending and then who's getting it, and we can make a log file from that. But you iterate the nearby recipients from love interest, correct? You have sender and recipient. I'm iterating over the nearby objects of the NPC that owns the state that the message gets received on. Yes, because that's who's nearby, so I'm iterating over all the objects nearby this fucker. Um, no. No, why is it no? Body, no. Body, no. Why is it no? No, no, no. What? No. Node. I want to see what the type is that I'm actually like getting, because I assume that that's, you know, wrong or not the type I imagine it is. Is a type of nearby object. That would make sense. So we need to get get owner. That's right. Okay. Um da ba da ba 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 da ba db db. Um dot get owner. In theory, this should work now. Because now we're getting the actual, instead of the nearby object, we're getting the actual, like the NPC that is, in a referent. Oh, we crashed. Well, that's not the reaction I expected. Try that one again, I guess. And then maybe like me standing. Oh, you fucker. Was me standing in the radius bad, or is him touching it what's bad? We'll find out. Alright, him touching it's no good. Touching bad. Actually, no, because this is, what we're getting is a nearby object. That should be fine. So we're getting a bunch of character body 3Ds, which is, you know, pretty much what I would expect. That's good, at least. So if we do, Um, uh, fucking. Alright, let's see if this works. If not, I'm calling it. Alright, well. We tried. We'll tackle this tomorrow. I am fucking brain dead. I've been up for 19 and a half hours. So I am pretty much cooked. And this is as far as we're gonna get today. So I'll see you guys early tomorrow morning, and we will resume working on this shit with more rest and energy. You really should use some other word. Yeah, I know. All right. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.